Ni hao, hello, and welcome to the Shanghai International Circuit here for BRL Tier 3 F1 action. I am your host, as usual, this season of the Pierce Ferrari Nut 94, aka BRL Williams, also known as Owen Williams, etc., etc., etc. Joined once again by I'm Toxin here in the booth. Toxin, how are you this evening?
You know, man, I'm doing pretty great. Unfortunately, I won't be racing in Tier 2 the rest of the season. I'm going to make an announcement to everyone watching. But looking forward to commentating the rest of the season of Tier 3 with you. And, looking really forward to seeing what different strategies we have from everyone here tonight.
Indeed. So, looks like the first car out of the pit is going to be the Racing Point of... As I scroll down to them. ARS Guido. So he is now in the second sector of the track on his warm-up lap. Going out on the medium tire here. This is going to be a pretty guys here in Tier 2. China has a very, shall we say, prolific blasting it all as, Guido gets very sideways coming out of turn 10 there. Very easy spot to get sideways and end up in that inside wall or this big snap of over outside wall. Not something you want to be doing too often here, so good thing that happened on the warm-up lap. Not going to be doing his tires any favors, though, as far as wear doing that, but it will certainly put some heat. He is followed by Andrew in the Ferrari just behind him. They are being followed by Weiser Square in the Williams. They're on track, so very interesting. No idea as of this point. They're pretty sunny throughout qualifying. Lag in the stream now. Anyway, moving back along, Guido coming through Sector 1. What can the Racing do for his first sector? Not a bad time. Very 6. Oh, big snap of oversteer on the exit, though. That'll cost him some time up towards the quick left-right of 7 and 8. Corners on the track, very much a one-line racetrack. If you're not on the optimal line, you are losing. He's going to roll track, and that is that run. Racing Point drive. Hello, and Guido just joined us. So, cap, first lap of the session. ARS Guido spins out. And there, the car just getting very snappy coming through onto the back straight. Very difficult to control the car in this game. Once you spin, the tires get so easy. Not Andrew now becomes the first car. A lap coming around through the final corner, making sure not to run wide on those soft tires. It's 30.5 for now. Got changes here. No longer do we have IO respectively as Silkweaver puts in a time 31.001, almost a 131 dead across the board, and Weiser Square on the 132.2. Joe jumps up to third in a 131.2 on the medium from him in the Haas. That might pay dividends in the race for him. But those two have been moved up to Tier 2, and in their place of our start camp, the Red Bull camp, we have LDR Redeemer taking the place of iOverlord alongside DaCosta Browns. The other Mercedes is now taken by Heatwave 4. I don't honestly remember who was in the other Mercedes with Taylor, but I don't think they showed up too many races, which is why that seat has become available and subsequently filled by Heatwave. So there are a few new faces here at round 4 here in China. Not too many though, but wow, Joe's lap is looking it's looking all the better now because he is currently still sitting P3, and there have been 8 cars. Make that 9 cars now, as DaCosta jumps up to second place on the softs in the Red Bull. Now Joe's down to 4th, but still very good position for a medium time at the start of the session here. Obviously, some of these drivers will improve, I would hope, quite a bit from some of them. And we still do have half of the runners tonight. We have 18 runners tonight, and half of them still have to set a time. Looking down through the field, it looks like Redeemer is on a lap here in the second Red Bull, as is Rawlings. Rawlings is coming to the line right to P5, right behind his teammate, slower, and he had to do 2 laps to get that time on his mediums. Joe's 1.
Yeah, hopped on board from right there on the backstretch. He was actually getting a little cheeky strip stream from Joe there, but we're going to jump up to P5 right there with the teammate.
all is fair and love and war and racing, I guess, as Redeemer has invalidated his first timed lap here. We're going to see where this lap's going to put him anyway. We're going to continue along. Hopefully he doesn't die back into the pits, and hopefully he had more than one lap of fuel on board. Looks like he did that pretty early because he's got the ERS in 0. So trying to get that battery charged back up. China's relatively, I won't say easy on ERS, but you don't really, you can do 2 laps flat out without a whole lot of issue. So not really imperative to have the battery fully charged, but it does help to keep it at least 3/4 of the way charged. So we'll see what the Red Bull driver can do here if he goes for a second attempt, which looks like he is lining up for a second attempt here. Yes, he is. So he backed well off the second half of that lap. So moving back along, Groggy Oregano has actually done two laps on the soft in the Renault, still only done a 134.4, so is there possibly a bit of gamesmanship going on from the Renault driver? Not running any ERS. I don't know if he did his laps like that, but that seems to be a long way off of the average pace here. Talk to me, you think maybe...
here? I'm sorry about that. I was just saying, on board with Guido. He's actually on the softs now. Got a purple second sector, and he was very quick at the first. And what he can do here.
So while we're watching Guido here, do you think that maybe Groggy is playing a little bit of a game with everybody, doing that 134 and doing 2 laps on those softs?
Yeah, you know, I think he just made a mistake in his first lap, and he just kind of went around for a second one just to kind of mess around. But I think he's going to definitely come in on the softs and be very competitive here tonight.
And Guido jumps to P2. 130.660. Good lap from the Racing Point driver. Hopefully they'll be looking for some similar improvement to what the other Racing Points have been able to do in Tier 1 and I believe Tier 2 respectively this weekend. Generally it's been that team throughout all the tiers. As Marlon has now retired from the session, he looks like he may have come off at turn 13.
Yeah, it looked like he just made a mistake, lost it, and I guess he just kind of raged at the moment. He was looking forward to getting those mediums up there, but I'm not sure exactly what happened.
It is possible. Loki coming down to the hairpin here. On the medium tire, we'll see what the second Renault directly in front of him. I gotta think he'll be pretty easily able to beat that time, even on the medium. 32.7, so that jumps him up to 10th place. So a pretty good lap there from the Renault, just behind Whiffy Winner in the AlphaTauri, I think. Yep, that is the AlphaTauri. So, currently, with Aitzme now retires from the session. So that just leaves 2 drivers that have not set a lap. Max Facetace, one of those. He is on a lap right now in the Ferrari with a 24.094 for the first sector. Very good first sector.
This is actually coming across the line now and starting to cut you off, but he's going to jump a pretty good position here, P4.
It's 4th right now for the 2 Racing Points. Looks like they're setting up to have a very good weekend here in China. Both on that could possibly change because that soft tire does degrade quite quickly around here. Usually they only get 5 or 6 laps before it really starts to go out the window. We're going to jump back down to Facetace, see where he's at. He's coming onto the back straightaway out of turn 13. Does he go for a little bit of a cheeky slipstream there? Nope. Stays on the racing line and just goes to Mercedes. A little bit surprised he didn't try to get a little more there off of either Heatwave or Zampa, and that was. And Weiser Square now retires from the session. Looks like he has had a problem down. Yeah, he's had some sort of issue down the end of Sector 2. And looks like we missed that. Facetace jumps up to P6, it looks like. He does. So good job by the Ferrari driver. He is now the highest placed medium runner in front of Joe by a 1/10 of a second. Good job to him. Currently still have 15 of our 18 starters here in this session competing for pole position. You got to think some of these guys will slap on a set of softs here at the end, but you never know. They might just be happy to sit on the mediums, especially Face Ace. I think Face Ace is going to be happy to sit on those tints off the current pole and on a much better race tire. As both Red Bulls now go out at the same time. Redeemer and DaCosta. DaCosta being the first of the two. Redeemer on the... Let me see, what tire is he on here? They are... Well, DaCosta's on the soft and Redeemer is on the medium still. So that is interesting. Redeemer going out again on those same mediums. Is he maybe just going to try and run another lap? Or is he going to maybe give DaCosta a cheeky little toe down the back straightaway and then do his own lap? Or what? Because I can't see any benefit to going back out on the outside of the top 10 and is going to end up with a fresh set of mediums anyway. Looking around at to see who is on. Oh, Andrew on another lap, not going his way. He's going to duck off into the pits and abandon that lap. That right there, what he just did, that is something we're going to have to watch out for in the race, is when guys come into the pits, they cannot go over all four wheels on that white line on the left-hand side when they go around that corner. That is out of bounds.
Ooh, whoa, Guido. Oh, no. Wow.
What happened to Guido?
Turn 10, man. He just caught the curve a little bit. Back end came out. He tried to save it. He came so close and just whipped it right into the wall on his front left wheel. Still P2 for the Racing Point, but unfortunately I couldn't get higher. He's on a good lap there.
He is P2 at the moment, and it looks like, yeah, Redeemer has been let in front of his teammate. So is Redeemer going to slow down here at the end and give DaCosta a huge toe down the back straightaway to try and get that other Red Bull on the pole? Because they were the other way around coming out of the pit lane.
Also, with the purple first sector is a great one at 23.7.
Well, if he keeps that up, he might not even need the toe. We're going to watch DaCosta because I would imagine we're going to see Redeemer slow way down here in turn 11, 12, and 13. He is 3/10 up coming through the second sector. This guy is absolutely on rails right now. As far as compared to the competition. Not even a hint of oversteer out of that car, and yep, he is. His teammates letting him by. That's a little curious. Because if I was him, I would have
bad run there.
I would have definitely tried to keep in front of my teammate down that straightaway and give him as much of a toe as possible. So we will see what he can do here coming down to the line. Oh, he invalidated off the final corner, and that would have put him on pole. Oh, no. Oh. I know the feeling because I did it myself in qualifying. Mind you, it was on the mediums. But I was up by about 3.5 tenths, did the exact same thing, and it ended up benefiting me, but not as high up as he is. That's not going to help. Let's see who else is on a fast lap here. Looks like Fluky Flower is coming out of Sector 2 through turns 11, 12, and 13 onto the back straightaway. We'll see what he can do here in just a moment. His teammate, Whippy Winner, going into the pit lane. Loki heading out on an out lap with about 2 minutes remaining. He is probably going to end up being one of the last guys running, along with Silkweaver behind him. Heatwave a second up on his lap right now. And Zamp on an out lap. Groggy not having the best first sectors there. He's 1.6 seconds down. And Fluky invalidated his lap and his next one, so not going very well for him right now as Heatwave jumps up to P7 in the Mercedes. Good first showing from him inside the top 10. at the end of the session, it looks like, only behind one medium runner in Mex Face-Taste. Very good job by him. To be that high up the grid, we'll see how much he can hold on to come race time. And we're going to hop back down to... Looks like Zampa didn't really improve much on that first lap. We'll see what Groggy can do. He is lining himself up for a final run here. It's about 4 seconds up. Big lock up there, the hairpin.
He's, I want to say he was 3 up there.
3.77.
Stamp.
If he gets in the 29s, almost does. I was about to say, I think if he can get into the 29s, that's pretty much unassailable for him. As we now see several drivers retiring in the pit lane from the session, knowing that their session is over. Most of the guys on the mediums doing so. Looking at Boostler now. Boostler has started his lap. He's coming through Sector 2. He's 1.5. He's a tenth and a half up. So that could possibly get him ahead of DaCosta, which if he can do that and make it a racing point 2-3, you got to think maybe Andrew might be looking in his mirror a little bit.
Unfortunately, has a bad second. A lot of oversteer there, and that's going to really
does. Yep, he bailed out.
Yeah, he was only about, I think he was a 10th down in the second sector, but
possibly guys, but so your mic's might want to invest in some electronics cleaner, buddy.
And I got a great mic.
Anyway, so right, so it looks like Silkweaver is the last thing, I believe, in the McLaren right now. So he is coming down to the hairpin. I don't know how much he is up or down on his time, but he looks to still be digging towards that final corner. What can he do? Coming off the final corner, is he going to improve? He's going to jump to 4th. So a good start for that McLaren to finish off the... That's going to push Face-Taste down to 6th place in the Ferrari. He's still the highest medium runner, and he's got 2 spaces back to Joe. He's got 2 cars between him as Loki jumps up to 8th place. Heatwave stays in 7th. So, not a bad performance there by Silkweaver, folks. We may have to possibly take a short break and then come back. Hold on just a moment. So, with qualifying over, your order is going to be Mex, Andrew GP, ARS Guido, DaCosta Brown, Silkweaver, Boostler, Face-Taste, Heatwave, Loki, Joe, Rawlings, Fluky, Whiffy, Weiser, Redeemer, Zampa, Groggy, Trace Me, and Marlin. And with that, gonna cut away. Alrighty. Did Mex Andrew start another lap, or is that the AI being a little bit quick there? Because it shows me that he just improved his lap time.
I believe it was just an AI, but this one coming in here. I'm looking forward to this race, man. Really looking forward to see what Heatwave can do. To be honest, P7 from him in this first race, and he's definitely going to be my driver to watch.
Looking down the order there, and for the 2 at the bottom. Folks, we are going to take a quick reset something on the stream. We will be right back. Please join in the next part of the stream. Hang on just a second. Might possibly be doing that here in just a moment. All right, we are going to restart the stream here, folks, and